All right, boys. So yeah, we're headed to the moon again. Let's do it. Currying flavor. Are we gonna eat? Dude, 'tis good to see you. Have you any news from old Charlian? We've yet to hear from Y'shtola regarding her search for a means to return to the void. I must confess that her silence has left me feeling restless. Nor am I alone in this. Estinien has an excess of energy that he has been helping to train our soldiers with Neria Grumble. As for Zero, here she comes. Hey! Is something the matter? No. Tu paid us a visit, and so I was apprising him of recent developments, or the lack thereof. Are you heading somewhere? Aye, to replenish my ether. Lunch. Would you like to come? Yes. Date? Has she given up on Euless? A rare but most welcome invitation. Timely too, I might add. I myself was thinking of venturing out into the city. It would be my pleasure to... You weren't invited. No, she was inviting me. What are we doing here? This is no three-way shit. You will accompany us, of course? The little guy just inserted himself. Come then, I have an errand to run at the bazaar first. Damn it. I'm picking up some more spice. Margrat told me to do so before my next visit. Mr. Zero has quite the tolerance, you see. The sisters know we Haunish are fond of spicy food, but I doubt any of us could keep up with her. With just the spices they normally have on hand, the Mayheen can't quite satisfy her, which is why I'm happy to provide what they need to achieve more rigorous flavors. Now then, variety being the spice of life. Perhaps you'd like to choose something extra to blend with Mr. Zero's usual. It'll help to keep things interesting. What do you say? Fine by me. You can appreciate the nuances of this world's sustenance far better than I can, I expect. A colorful array of spices peer out from the hempen stacks. Crimson powder, black corns, red husks, coarse yellow flakes. I don't know. Black like her soul. These corns tickle your nose with their pungent yet enticing aroma. One can imagine them lending dishes an appetizing accent. That's a fine choice, but don't take my word for it. Here, have a taste. Zero may wish to observe your reaction. It would be considerate to sample the spice in her presence. You tentatively place some of the spice on your tongue. An intense and aromatic heat fills your nostrils. Your reaction speaks volumes. That will suffice then. Always a pleasure, Mr. Zero. And do give Margrat my regards.
My usual, please. But with this spice.
Of course, Zero. It would be my pleasure. Well now, this is enough to make a whole kettle of your special curry.
I don't need that much.
Rest assured, it's easy enough to make a serving just for you. Or we could make the kettle and share it.
No.
There would be enough not only for your companions but other diners as well.
No.
I dare say everyone will be delighted.
No. What's with the sharing? Is this the sharing episode? We ain't doing this shit.
Very well. A full kettle, then.
Excellent. We'll prepare it at once. And for your excellency and our esteemed adventurer, are you happy to try a bowl of Zero's curry? We can make yours milder if you prefer.
Grateful
I'm
though
good.
I am for the offer, I cannot fully appreciate the flavor with this vessel. Another time, perhaps. Do not hold back on my account, my friend. Eat and enjoy.
A touch about... I'll have his. You gotta be a man.
Understood. Please, make yourselves comfortable.
It gladdens me to see you taking to life in Radzathan, Zero. In the area of our cuisine, not least of all. Spicy dishes have long been favored in our sultry clime for their ability to whet the appetite and cool the body. Of course, spices also have the effect of preserving foods, which makes them highly coveted in foreign lands. All of this has given rise to a thriving spice industry, and the wealth it brings has allowed our nation to prosper while maintaining its neutrality.
So you trade your spices? Seems rather more complicated than trading in ether.
Sure, I guess, yeah.
In the beginning, this land was no more than refuge for me. But now it is my home, and the people of Radzathan my beloved children.
Look at his little teeth.
Together, we build this vibrant nation. And
Oh my
naught
God.
would please me more than to show it to my sister one day.
Who is she?
Vibrant. Rubicante said the same when he described this world. A reminder of all that has been stolen from us. What many who remember doubtless yearn to take back.
Our home is a lost cause. Our only choice to begin anew. In this world, where we may reclaim our mortality.
Nonetheless, it's wrong to damn another to save yourself, as I told Rubicante. As I found myself moved to speak. I still do not understand what made me feel this way, nor what compels you mortals to help one another. But I hope to someday.
We too hope that you will find the answers you seek.
To the moon! Uh-oh. Something's going wrong. Here we go.
What is going on?
El Clasico.
What's happening?
Oh. This. I thought like some crazy sky shit was
Compliments of
happening.
Mistress Zero, the Satrap's honored guest. We are serving a special curry for anyone who wishes to partake. But be warned, it is not for the faint of heart.
Oh, by all means, I'd welcome the challenge.
Sisters have mercy. The smell alone is...
Rip that guy. Rip this guy.
It burns! It burns!
Is his head gonna explode?
To better maintain the facade, the alchemists ensured that my vessel was capable of consuming food. However, I fear Zero's curry would test the limits of their design.
Apologies for the delay. Please relax and enjoy your meal.
Relax. I don't have time for that. I've been waiting for this. Come. Let's replenish our ether.
She's antsy. Alright. Challenge? I'm gonna beat her. Everybody's dead. My whole life flashed before my eyes, and it was exhilarating. Can I admit weakness in front of Zero? Is that the Chad move? Yeah, you gotta be in touch with your weaknesses, right?
I trust you have eaten your fill. I shall have Merit prepare a meal for us to take
What
to
the
Estinien.
hell is this?
I suspect he too is overdue a replenishment.
Is that like some weird Bavnarian boba?
By this hour, he will have retired to his chambers at Magaduta. Come, let us pay him a visit.
Kind of want it, but kind of don't. But we all have them. The spicy curry has left you slightly flushed and set your heart racing. Whatever challenges await, you are ready to face them head on and with feeling. How you feeling, Zero? Satisfied, alright. Welcome back. Master Estinien, yes, he has returned to his chambers. I shall be happy to escort you. I think every girl's dreams playing this game is to be escorted to Master Estinien's
Are you
chambers.
there? We've brought something for you.
Aye. Enter.
Oh shit! Okay. They're playing to the choir. I know their audience. Alright. Okay.
Squid masala from the Mehane. I thought you might enjoy it.
Were we just sitting watching him like...
Masala, eh? I prefer my squid dried. But I'm sure it won't disappoint. My thanks.
Okay, now put your shirt on.
Idle as I am in our sorceress's absence, I see. I can't offer much in the way of entertainment, but make yourselves comfortable.
I'm bigger. No. Am I screwed?
Shall we disrobe as well?
I'm down if you're down, Zero.
No. We simply caught our friend unprepared. He will make himself presentable at once, I am sure.
Farshan? Leave the room, sir. Leave the room. Okay? It's not happening. Damn it. You're gonna steal it away from us. Okay, serious mode. Back to work. Oh.
At last. We've been looking for you.
There you go, Varshan. So Urion J and Varshan can go and hang out. Y'shtola, come join us. I think that's a good lineup.
My friends, tell me, were you able to devise a way to return to the 13th?
I believe so. It required a visit to the moon, where I took the opportunity to enlist Orionje's assistance.
Just came back from the moon.
Y'shtola hath told me all. I should be glad to help you free Azhdaya and put an end to Golbez's dark plot.
He seems like very confident.
If Rubicante spoke true, both Golbez and Azhdaya are on the moon of the 13th. Unlike here in the Source, however, we have no means of making the journey from the surface of the star itself. The technology simply does not exist. Therefore, I propose that we employ a gate to deliver us directly to our destination.
Sounds good.
Is such a feat possible?
In theory. Having once been a single hole, the Source and its reflections share striking similarities in geography. And according to a certain someone who unceremoniously whisked us away to the first, the same locations across the worlds are intrinsically bound.
Okay.
All of which is to say, were we to pass through a gate on the Source's moon, it should lead us to the moon of the 13th.
Is there a gate on the moon? Or do we have to make one?
Of course, there is the risk of Voidsent gaining entry to our world. Thus did I decide to seek Orionje's counsel.
Both the Watcher and the Loporrits are aware of our proposed endeavor. while they are yet deliberating precautionary measures, they have pledged their full cooperation.
You've been busy. I presume you've also found a way to open this gate.
Of course.
Be it in Radzat or Sharlayan, scholars have long cast their gaze unto the endless dark of the void. And so, with harnish insights to augment our knowledge, we have indeed conceived of a promising plan to pierce the veil.
Good bond.
A plan I am confident will succeed, precisely because the moon is our stage.
Let's hear it. Enough pretext, Y'shtola.
The preparations will be extensive, and we will require vast quantities of ether. After all, our gate must be large enough to accommodate another great worm.
Ooh, we're bringing his other form.
My proposal entails delivering copious amounts of ether to the Tower of Babel in Garlemald. As you will recall, Fandaniel used the structure to destroy the brand's imprisoning Zodiac, and we, in like manner, will use it to channel ether to the moon, and thereby open our gate.
I see. Then we shall need someone on the moon for the necessary rituals.
Just so, Your Excellency. I intend to head back anon for that very purpose, as well as to help devise our strategy to deal with invading Voidsent. Along with our lunar allies, we will once again require the assistance of your alchemists, Nidana not least of all. May I trouble you to serve as their escort?
Fine by me. The room was beginning to feel constraining.
For my part, I shall oversee the requisite tasks on the star. Might I prevail upon you for your assistance?
Me?
If all are in agreement, then let us set to work. We'll open our gate, and we will stop Golbez.
Hell yeah. You know, I love it when she gives mommy mode. It takes charge. It suits her. The moon. Here we go again. Back in 5.4. The Dark Throne. Alright. Going ham. Locked in, baby, let's go. If one and all are ready, then let us set forth our preparations to complete. If I may, I beg a moment to exchange this vessel for its grown counterpart. It is in the keeping of alchemists of the High Crucible. Of course, we shall accompany thee thither, and thence begin our journey. Thither. My apologies for the delay. I thought he was going dragon. My, that is a striking simulacrum indeed. Well suited to the work ahead, I doubt not. Allow me to explain Y'shtola's plan in greater detail. Stairs. As you know, we seek to open a void gate in Mare Lementorum, that we might gain a direct passage to the moon of the 13th. Whilst our comrades labour upon the moon, we must needs accomplish two tasks. The first is the procurement of a substantial quantity of ether, and subsequent delivery of it unto the Tower of Babel. Said structure was once used to siphon the land's essence by the way of the Telophorois spires. Such a method, however, doth pose an unacceptable risk to the greater ethereal balance of our world, Thus must we seek an alternate means of conveying our requisite resource. Our second task doth pertain to the use of the Tower of Babel itself. You may recall that this portal unto the moon was placed under the supervision of the Ilsabar contingent. If we would employ it to different ends, we must first obtain the contingent's express permission. I should like to believe that they would not refuse us, so perhaps we should concern ourselves with the ether problem first. Have you any idea whence we might source the vast quantity of ether needed? Aye, a likely location doth come to mind. Let us make for the airship landing. There I shall reveal more. Why is he so secretive? You can just tell us, man. All are present and accounted for. Excellent. We shall travel to Sharlayan, and thence seek the nearby Isle of Haam. Going Haam! Near unto the surface of this isle do rivers of ether converge. The churning energy of this confluence is released by way of geysers. Originally, the Ragnarok was to be powered by ether harvested from the isle, but as well as you know, an alternate power source was ultimately found for the vessel. Passage unto Ultima Thule, to the very limits of existence, was facilitated by not less than the strength of the Mother Crystal herself. As such, the Isle of Haam's vast ether deposits remain untouched. We may help ourselves to that energy, provided we are able to secure the forum's permission. Yet again, with needing the permission, is nothing straightforward in this world. Such is the nature of politics, I fear. And as the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have been officially disbanded, no longer are we a recognized collective. A somewhat disadvantaged position, bureaucratically speaking. Fortunately, however, there is a recognized and respected body upon which we might prevail. Students of Baldesion. Upon arriving in Sharlayan, let us seek our friends at the Annex. Ojika! Welcome back to what brings you here today, and in such colorful company. Greetings, Ojika. On this occasion, we are come to seek the students' assistance in a matter of some urgency. In that case, you'll want to speak with Krile. She's in the main hall sorting through our archives. There's a visitor with her at the moment, but it's no one you don't know, so feel free to show yourself in. It's Catboy. I know it is. No. Oh, Eren! It's been a while.
Well now, if it isn't two of my dearest friends. As for the other two, I don't believe we've had the pleasure.
Not in this vessel, perhaps. 'Tis I, Vashan. Though, you are welcome to call me Vritra, if you prefer.
You've been gone so long, Krile, he grew into man.
Pay me no mind. I merely accompany them.
I pray you forgive us our intrusion. If you are occupied, we shall call again anon.
What were they talking about? I wonder.
It's quite all right. We've just finished swapping all our secrets anyway. Erenville occasionally comes and shares the latest Gleaner gossip, you see. From forgotten ruins to mysterious relics, if there's aught that might be of interest to the students, he kindly lets us know.
Alas, I must soon depart on an expedition. As I may be away for an extended period, I wish to give Krile fair warning. Hence my visit today.
I'll come with you. Sure.
I see. There are specimens that want for procuring, I presume?
No, it isn't guild ship business, but rather...
Adventure? Holiday?
Homecoming.
Oh.
But enough about me. You have business too, yes? And I'm in the way.
No, dude.
Far from it. As a matter of fact, we should be grateful if you could stay and share your knowledge of the nearby isles with us. We seek a means to travel to the void. There, a man named Golbez plots to invade our world. A man who even now holds my sister hostage. To that end, we require a great quantity of ether, which we understand may be had on the Isle of Haam. We came in the hope of exploring how it might best be procured.
An invasion from the 13th? Must the stakes always be so dramatic?
You have a knack for finding trouble.
Sorry.
If gleaners collected world-ending crises, you could make quite a name for yourself in our profession.
Ooh, I could be rich? Is that what he's telling me?
It's true the Isle of Haam is a veritable font of ether, but as it's under the Forum's direct jurisdiction, only a privileged few get to set foot there. I myself haven't.
So if we want to help ourselves to the Isle's ether, we'll need to secure the Forum's permission.
Wife stealing time.
Very well. The students of Baldessian recognize your endeavors as combating a grave threat to the world. As representative, I hereby pledge our full assistance. Now that it's official, you may leave the politics and paperwork to me. Our operations remain small, but we shouldn't meet any undue resistance.
We are truly grateful.
If I may. According to the original plan for the Exodus, ether collected from the Isle of Haam was to power the Ark. Art thou perchance familiar with the logistics of this endeavor?
Oh, they were shipping things in on boats, weren't they?
I don't know anything about that, I'm afraid. Nor do I think any gleaner would. You might have better luck asking someone involved with the Ark's construction.
But they probably can ship ether in.
Margrat, for instance. She's a researcher in Charley and Hamlet.
Margrat!
I met with her for a job recently, and she mentioned working on the Ragnarok's propulsion system. You could do worse than to seek her out while awaiting the Forum's verdict.
We may well do just that. Our gratitude for thine advice, and may this threat be but a memory upon thy return.
You're quite welcome. Now then, if you'll excuse me.
I best start drafting our petition. Go on and find your researcher. I'll contact you as soon as we've made progress.
Okay.
Let us leave matters here to Mistress Krile, and hie ourselves to Labyrinthos.
Margrat. That reminds me of Little Britain. Margrat. Margrat.
Right then, time to put our best foot forward.
Oh shit. Tidy up time.
Ugh.
Adult life.
Pity you can't tidy yourself. I should have had Ishtola enchant you when I had the chance.
I was gonna say she should get some of those little brooms. Broomstick people. Poor Krile.
And what have we here?
Oh.
Later, Krile, later. You've work to do.
Krile has ADHD. Okay. I wonder what that is. I'm actually really curious how they're going to tie into Dawn Trail, though. I'm always really curious how they end up doing it. At the end of the patch stuff. I haven't felt any influence of it yet. Are we going to get the music loop? Don't give me the 30-second music loop, man, please. Why's she standing all over here on her own, huh? The first person Urianger asked about our target immediately told us where to go. Is there a place where you do not have allies? 10 years, baby. Margrat. Visitors? How delightful. If you require assistance, then ask away. It so happens you've caught me in post-deadline bliss. Forgive us the abruptness of our inquiry, but 'tis our understanding that thou had charge of the Ragnarok's propulsion systems. We should like to know how ether harvested on the Isle of Haam was to be stored and transported to the Ark, if the disclosure of such information is permitted. Oh, it's no bother at all. We built special tanks that can store ether just like we use casks to store wine. Simple, really. Simple, but quite brilliant in construction. They rivaled even crystals for ethereal capacity. I pity we never got to use them. How muddled and distant the memory. When Doom's deadline loomed large, and we extricated ourselves from a waist-high mire of work, only to end up chin-deep in another. That's how it goes. I was at one with the world, a conduit for the energies of creation, and now I am truly alive. Who would have thought that sleeping in a bed and eating warm meals could make such a difference? While I feel positively functional, I dare say it rivals the thrill of dancing on the knife edge of failure. Or she's driven herself to insanity. We are glad for you. Right. On the subject of the ether tanks, do you know what became of them? He's hysterical, man. What did become of them? For the life of me, I can't seem to remember. Oh, but I do remember someone who might remember. He should be back by now. Just look for the fellow wearing an outfit that screams, "I've been on vacation and you haven't." Very well. We shall seek out this conspicuous colleague of thine. Our sincerest gratitude, Margrat. And do look after thyself. Come, let us seek out this individual attired in a manner suggestive of recent furlough. I don't think that's what she said. Speaking of hysterical, wonder where he just came back from. The face that launched our teeny tiny boat. How have you been to? Able to catch a bit of rest? This little mustache. Well, if I don't know about the ether tanks, who in Bayergot's name would? Born right in me very own workshop they were. A pleasure as always, Master Kokkol. I trust thy respite proved rejuvenating. And then some, but I won't bore you with the details. At least not without a drink in me. So, why the interest in our little old tanks? Permit me to explain. I see. Think I've got the long and short of it. It goes without saying, but we all owe you more than we can ever repay. If you need our ether tanks, then they're at your disposal. There's just one problem. You need the Forum's approval to set foot on the Isle of Haam. Were it up to me, you'd be on the next ship out, but that lot can't wipe their arses unless it's in accordance with procedural motions. You may be assured that my backside is immaculate. What a sentence. Daliax thumping Dizer, Master Fortuno, and Scarlock Monteshin. What a surprise! Pardon the intrusion. The Forum has deliberated your petition, and we decided to deliver our verdict directly. You've been granted special dispensation to travel to the Isle of Haam for the purposes of etheric extraction, on one condition. On account of its rich deposits of ether, the Isle is home to throngs of vicious beasts. We ask that you cull any such creatures you encounter. Alright, say less. Hero's like, yeah. That's all. Given the vast amount of ether we seek, I expected a far higher price. Oh, believe me, We do not underestimate the value of what you desire. Nay, we simply owe the students of Baldesion and their esteemed collaborators a debt of gratitude. And we felt that expediting your request was a suitable way to repay it. A debt of gratitude. We have taken the liberty of arranging your passage to the Isle of Haam. Your vessel awaits in Scholar's Harbor. Then I'd better go get those tanks loaded onto the airship. We'll be ready to take them where you need, assuming it's safe. I shall head back to the annex, but should you need anything else, don't hesitate to call. Alright, we're on our way, baby. And we got some more information on Vorshino, on his rectal health, like anybody asked.
Bound for the Isle of Haam. You look like the ones Master Vorshino told me to expect. If you're ready to depart, then so am I. Just say the word.
What's the word?
Is something the matter?
I don't know the word.
I did recruit one other to our party, but he is late to arrive.
Thanky wanky. It's because we killed him last batch.
Forgive me my delay.
Thancred? 'Tis good to see you.
Hello.
If it isn't Varshan. They do grow up so quickly.
That's how late you are.
Urianje tells me we have a host of exciting new tribulations to face. And you must be Zero.
Stay back.
I've heard all about your daring do in Garlemald. A pleasure.
No.
Apart from strengthening our company with his redoubtable skill at arms,
no.
Thancred may also serve as a mentor in those matters that trouble thee.
No. Say no.
I speak of the intangible forces which bring souls together.
No.
Thancred is possessed of experience both unique and insightful that I am sure he would gladly share with thee. Thou needst but ask.
Every word is like a knife. That's me contemplating jumping in and never jumping out. The Aetherfont. Okay, this is a dungeon. Let's go. When will it ever be my turn? All right, I'm excited to see what the bosses of this one are going to be like. Ooh. Seems pretty. Polar bears. Whatever the fuck that is. Also. This is a badass intro to a dungeon, though. One of the better ones. Are we gonna kill them all? There's no way they make us kill. Alright, I mean, sure. Very chill vibes. Share of your life. I love this song. The real cause of global warming. The Warrior of Light and his friends. I've heard your voice when your every choice. I love it. Oh shit! Slip and slide. What the fuck is this guy? This guy's just... Lingbacker. He looks kind of like chill though. He's just like a big guy, you know? I mean, he's like... Here we go! Burp. Oh, he's gonna throw the crystals up. I know it. They're gonna explode. Oh shit. Da, 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 da. Ooh, ooh. So far, not too hard. Middle? I feel like no. Oh, that's a movement. Oh, I'm dead. About that. Honestly, harder than Ua. Okay, walk up shame. Why are they clapping? They're clapping. Look at them all. Shower. It's been a while since we actually had a shower in this expansion. Okay, now it's showtime. Small ones go off first, don't they? There we go. There we go. And back to chill music. Oh shit, this is a fucking zip line. What the hell? Oh, penguins! Let's go! Wow. Oh, look at that peak. We're in the valleys. Aww. Like a death plea. Look at those little guys. What are they doing? They're doing a little ritual dance. What the fuck? Wow. Oh. Whoa, Arcus, he looks sick. Look at this guy. He looks badass. This should be a fucking raid boss. All right, here we go. What do we think this is? He's got hams. Blood has got hams. Oh. What? Literally so easy game. Oh shit. Oh shit. I like the effects though, they look cool. Very modern. Shit just got smaller. Oh shit! Shit balls! Oh no! I overstepped. Fuck my life. Whoa. He dead. Bye, little guy. What the fuck? Look at this place. Oh, we're at the core. Wow. Haam polycrystals. This is sick. Who constructed all of this? Was it the Charlians? Vibes. Oops. Oh, last pause. He's gonna go. It's gonna be a big snake. Big ether snake. Oh shit. I actually thought I was right. It's an octopus. Ew. Imagine you had a little smiley face. Slumbering scourge octomammoth. He kind of does, look at him. Alright, here we go. Whee! Good entrance. Oh, okay. Dungeon boss, by the way. See, I have a feeling it's gonna be like that big guy with the sword in Stormblood Alliance raids. Octopus stroke, I don't like the side of that. It's kind of similar. Idle breath. Wow, that's a long ass cast bar. Idle roar. We're good here, no? What? What? What is happening? No! Oh. Breath stroke? What do it mean? Oh, we don't have to go all the way, do we? What the fuck just happened, dog? What the fuck? What is that? Where was the safe place? The tentacles boss. Ah! Oh god, here we go again. Is it? It's in between? Oh. I'm gonna have nightmares about this dungeon. Yay! We did it! That was really interesting for a dungeon boss. Get fucked, bitch. He's like, okay, you guys can take my ether. Nice. All right. Yeah, it was cool. That was a cool dungeon. I really like the music. Like, the whole thing was a gorgeous dungeon. The little polar bears, the penguins, the sheep. Awesome. Ooh. Who's this then? Oh.
Much obliged.
He's back to work.
The way. We'll get to work at once.
Sorry to take you off vacation, buddy.
Filling these up will take a good while. I appreciate it if you stood watch till we finished. I ain't getting chewed to chum by some ether-bloated bugger.
This lighting makes everything look so good.
Oh, by the by. Where were you planning on putting these to use? We could deliver them by airship, see? Provided it ain't too far.
We would need them transported to Garlemald, to the Tower of Babel.
Ah, that's a long old journey. Too long for a direct flight. Tell you what, we'll send them over with the scheduled shipment of provisions headed that way.
Okay.
I'll make the arrangements as soon as we get back. Save some poor chocobos having to drag this lot through the snow.
You have our thanks. We shall not forget your generosity.
Wait, why don't we get him on a fucking dragon form and then he just carries them? Am I missing something? I feel like we're underutilizing Ritra here.
Everything seems to be proceeding apace. I dare say you would have been fine without me.
Is he talking to Zero? Oh, he's talking to me. Okay, good.
Why would you say such a thing? You are not bound by contract or the threat of force. And you gain no advantage by devaluing your own contribution.
Self-deprecation.
Yet you must be bound by something to speak thus. What is it?
Depression.
What binds me? A belief, I suppose. Born of our shared struggles. No matter where my comrades go, I have faith they will be fine. For I know that they will walk their chosen path as surely as I walk mine. I trust them, in short.
Oh.
Trite though it may sound.
Trust.
Trust.
Interesting.
I remember the word. How long has it been since last I used it? It had no place in my dealings. Not with other Voidsent, and certainly not with Xenos. Not even in the time before darkness engulfed the world. Full often did Memoriates betray their own, corrupted by the very power they wielded. You could trust no one but yourself. Alone we fought, and alone we fell. I wouldn't know how to trust. Is there some trick to it?
Time.
Just stay close to this one. You'll learn in no time.
Oh. No, he's wingmanning me. This is great. I like it. I like this angle. Thanks, Thancred.
Absolutely fine.
I confess I thought thou mightst have more words of counsel to offer.
Oh, she'll soon get the hang of it, even without my help. After our work here is done, I'll see myself back to the shadows.
He really has matured, hasn't he? ARR Thancred would be all over Zero. I feel like that's what he was all about. Reen changed him, I think. Wait, it was either Reen or Minfilia.
But before that, I take it you've heard as well.
Indeed. The client seeketh Archons, and 'twould seem our extensive travels and neutrality make us prime candidates.
The client?
Well, assuming we take on the request, I suspect I'll be stuck with you again. Don't let me down,
Oh, it was Krile's letter. I bet she opened it. She couldn't resist. To not only allow us use of the tanks, but to arrange their transportation to Garlemald besides. Blessed are we to count Kokkol among our allies. Unto thee we must also give thanks, Thancred, for coming to our aid on such short notice. Please, you know I'm always happy to help. Don't hesitate to call on me again. Till next time. Alright, later, dude. With the tanks transportation thus arranged, our first task is complete. We may now turn our attention to the second. To wit, obtaining the blessing of the Ilsebar contingent to use the Tower of Babel to channel energy onto the moon. Our destination is Camp Broken Glass, where we may present our petition to Commander Lucia. Are me and Zero official yet? Two, allow me to personally thank you for your assistance during the recent Voidsent incursion. Your actions saved many. What brings you here today? Pray forgive us for not sending a word in advance, Commander, but we seek your cooperation in a matter of great import. Indeed, we appreciate you consulting with us, instead of taking unilateral action. It is no simple matter to activate the Tower of Babel, and I speak not only of the technological challenges. Personally, I think we must consider the emotional impact of such an action above all else. Pending a more official name, we refer to those who remain here as the Garlean community. As you would expect, they are predominantly native Garleans, most of whom are uncomfortable with ethereal manipulation. We don't have to tell anybody. To compound matters, the trauma inflicted by Anima is still fresh. If the tower were to suddenly light up again, it is like to cause distress and reopen old wounds. Better that than facing a mass invasion by Golbez and his Voidsent hordes, surely. Good point, Zero. Good point. Yes. Of course, we acknowledge the gravity of the situation, as well as the promised bloodshed, should we fail to act. Yet, even were we to convey your warning to the public, many simply do not understand the workings of magic or the rift. They will struggle to comprehend why they must be forced to relive personal horrors for the sake of something they cannot imagine. What's there to imagine? Haven't these people seen Voidsent with their own eyes? This is the world we now live in. Let us suppose you encounter someone who is freezing in this cold. A natural thing to do might be to make them a fire, yes? But what if that person's sole experience with fire was being badly burned by it, and they harbored an acute fear? Despite the benefits, nay, the necessity of the warmth you offer, they may flee on instinct, or worse, misinterpret your actions for aggression and lash out. So like the fire that torments this individual, the Tower of Babel torments the people of Garlemald. Yet we cannot afford to falter here. We must find a way to help them and overcome their fear. I agree. To that end, the contingent will assist however we can. We should speak with Alphino and Alize. With the rapport they have established with the Garlean people, I dare say they can provide us with valuable insights. In the meantime, Urianger, might I ask that you remain here to oversee the technical aspects of the tower's activation? They forgot to fix this, though. It's okay, though. Nobody notices. Nobody at all notices the clipping of your weapon in the hood. Anyway, oh no, Euless is here. Perfect. No! I wanted to block. I'm glad to see you two. Ritra has explained our present dilemma. 'Tis no unfounded concern that the Garleans might take Pearly to the reactivation of the Tower of Babel. That's putting it mildly. Many people would be up in arms over it. Trust in the Ilsabar contingent is fragile enough. We need to tread lightly, or we risk jeopardizing everything we've achieved. Trust. He said the word. Trust. Again. Well, it seems to me there's naught for it but to speak with the people. Rather than harping on about the necessity of the plan, we need to lend an ear to their concerns. Then perhaps we can begin working towards a compromise. In that case, I'll take you to meet the community leaders. They're at a station called Senatus, near the Cenaculum Imperialis. I would be honored to speak with them, though it would be prudent to learn where people elsewhere stand as well, but that I will leave to the others. Save Zero. Might you accompany me? I'm sure those in Topper's Den will have their own opinions. Alphino, if I may drag you along. Tertium, we leave to you. You are no stranger to the people here, so it should take little prodding to convince them to speak freely. Gotcha. Then it's settled. Once you've learned what you can, let's all meet in Forum Solius, where we'll have what I hope is a productive discussion. Alright. Gauge the opinions of the locals. I can't believe they're still so cold and shit here. They're like still all so depressed. Have we not fixed this yet?
No, stop it. The tower is evil. It'll turn us all evil. I don't want to hear it. Leave me alone.
Alrighty then.
Fee, that tower isn't right, I tell you. All those magics. Years ago when I lived in the provinces, the locals razed our village to the ground with the stuff, made things appear and disappear and fly and burn. And still see it when I close my eyes. You've done us a good turn, dear, but let's not talk about that tower any longer. It's unnatural.
Are we just gonna ignore it? Is that what we're gonna, the big fuck off tower up? Okay. Maybe Malleus will have some good opinions.
Activate the Tower of Babel. Are you out of your mind?
That abomination transformed my friends and family into monsters. I can't even bear to look at it whenever I step outside. If you want to do something for us, tear the bloody thing down. Let us do this and I promise you I'll do that. That doesn't look too safe. This looks like an Acme sketch. Is that window open? Maybe I could fire a little art. Anyway. The Tower of Babel. But what's it got to do with Void Scent? I can't say I understand. Still, your people have done much and more for us Garleans. If you say it's necessary, then that's good enough for me. The guy with the two Karen hairstyle, is right. Of course he is. I could hit this, right? Nobody would know. Decimus would know. Whatever its present state, the Imperial Palace was once the pride of Garlemald. I mean no disrespect to you and yours, but shouldn't the Garlean people be its caretakers instead of foreigners? Though if we dare speak thus to some of the contingent, they might make assumptions. Cut our rations or worse. No. Forget I said anything, please. Euless is on his way with the others. I hope you find the people more receptive than we did. Who are these guys? Who? May I present to you Lords Neus and Metius, magistrates of our political council. They have been spearheading efforts to establish a new system of government here. Why is this music playing then? When we raised the subject of the Tower of Babel, they insisted that we speak no further until joined by representatives of the Ilsebard contingent. I see Alphino and Alizé have yet to arrive though, so perhaps we should wait. It doesn't matter if only some of you are present. We simply wish to make one thing perfectly clear. The tower is the manifestation of Garlean ingenuity and authority. It was once the abode of the Imperial family and it will forever bear tremendous cultural significance. It is insulting enough that we have had to suffer foreigners occupying it under the guise of rendering aid, and now you propose reactivating it? Nay, we have had enough. God damn, he's got some features. Look at this chin. His chin's stuck out like 2 miles. The Garlemald of old may have fallen, but she fell in civil war to her own people, not to Eorzea, nor any other land. We came here to assert our unequivocal claim to our territory. Garlemald and all that lies within her bounds is beholden to no one. Okay. We're gonna do it anyway, though. Because we gotta go to the moon. My little umbrella is so out of place. The little face. I feel like it really depicts this game overall, no? Like some parts of it are like this. Other parts of it are like fucking this. The contrast, the duality. Since their excellencies are resolved to negotiate with the contingent, I will escort them to Tertium. I'll also instruct Alphino and Alizé to meet us there. Lord Metius, Lord Neus, by your leave, my comrades and I would speak with the residents of Senatus. Though the Ilsebard contingent holds the Tower of Babel, it is I who wishes for it to be reactivated, and thus I think it meet that I be present for this discussion. Yet my understanding of your people's hardships, of their hopes and desires, of their dreams for the future is sorely lacking. In my ignorance, I would struggle to contribute. Lest you worry, I will not plead our case to the community in your absence. I wish only to identify common ground, upon which we might build a relationship that sees us overcome our differences. Very well, but know that the guards will not hesitate to escort you from the premises should they judge your actions to be inappropriate. It's settled then. You should all head to Senatus. I'll join you there after I see their excellencies safely to Tertium. Here it is, Senatus, a temporary refuge for political dignitaries, hence the tight security. I'm given to understand that outsiders are not normally permitted, so much as a glimpse inside. We should consider ourselves fortunate to be given this opportunity. I hope it will be worth the trouble. As do I, Zero. As do I. Well, it looks like Tertium. I guess it's just another subway. This basic design is reminiscent of Tertium. That's what I said. See, we're so alike, though somewhat embellished. To begin, I propose we split up and ask the residents for their views on the Ilsebard contingent on the current state of affairs. We would also do well to learn more about this enclave itself. Should you observe anything of note, pray keep it in mind. It is through open hearts and open minds that I believe we may yet convince their leaders to work with us for the greater good. The stockpile of assorted supplies bears markings indicated they were provided by the Elsebar contingent. The Enclave is clearly reliant upon the Alliance for aid. Ooh. You recognize the large casks as the very same you and your comrades used to transport ceruleum from Lapis Manalis. Why they are in Senatus is unclear. You want to know what I think? I'm a soldier. I try not to think about politics at all. I'll say this much. Our leaders labor to preserve our culture, our way of life. What remains of it, at any rate. I trust them to do what's best for Garlemald. How do I feel about the contingent? Conflicted, to say the least. I've been tasked with the distribution of supplies, and I know as well as any that we couldn't survive without outside aid. Be that as it may, even though the Empire has collapsed, we have our pride. People don't want to be beholden to others forever, and there's no denying that it chafes to see our benefactors occupying the Imperial Palace. Nice coat. Finished touring the Enclave, have you? What were you able to learn? Much the same as me then. They accept the contingent's help out of necessity and harbour a measure of resentment. They have only themselves to blame. If they don't like the bargain, they should reject it. How many times must I tell you? It's absolutely out of the question. Oh. Wait. Ishgard? What's going on? We were wondering the very same. We came running when we heard shouting. Oh, it's Ardbert. Oh, Garly and Ardbert. Is aught the matter? Oh, no, I was just trying to explain. Ah, mayhap you can clear this up. The contingent has made a reasonable request, but this man insists that it's impossible. It concerns the Magitech weapons which run rampant throughout Regio Urbanissima. Every time we deliver supplies here, we have to dispatch extra men to defend against potential attacks. To address the issue once and for all, we've proposed the elimination of all machina that loiter near the supply route. But you heard him. They refuse to even consider it. The magistrates have already spoken on this matter. Rampant or no, those war machina are Garlean assets. Furthermore, who is to say they are as dangerous as you attest? It has been suggested that this could be a pretense to scavenge Magitech material for your own ends. I know not if that is the case, but the fact remains, we cannot allow you to destroy them. More speculation by the magistrates, I presume. Ridiculous, but they have spoken, and unless we want to inflame the tensions further, there's naught we can do. How complicated relations become when not grounded in clear and equitable arrangement. It's very true. I wonder what's better. An equitable arrangement. Of course. Why did nobody think of this? Well, I do understand the difficulty of your position. As a soldier, you must do your duty and obey your superiors. I have an idea, but I must first speak with Commander Lucia. May I take charge of this matter? By all means. Kinda miss Ardbert. Let us return to Camp Broken Glass, where we might discuss a solution I believe will satisfy all parties. Welcome back, all of you. I pray there have been positive developments in your efforts to appeal to the Garlean community. Mayhap not yet, but there is a method by which I believe all stand to gain. As Satrap, I intend to propose a trade agreement between Radzatan and the people of Garlemald. Okay. Please, continue. The people of this nation have lived through its collapse and more, yet they have chosen to remain, for it is their home. That they have been able to survive thus far is thanks to the Ilsabar contingent, or rather, in less flattering terms, they are entirely at your mercy. Despite your notable intentions, the one-sided relationship has fueled feelings of frustration and resentment. It is no surprise then that some Garleans are loath to engage with foreigners, for fear of indebting themselves further, or surrendering more of their already limited autonomy. That is why I wish to present them with a more equitable arrangement, one that would restore them a sense of agency after having been forced to rely upon charity. Okay. Makes sense. Easier said than done. What exactly did you have in mind? Long have Garlemald and Radzatan abided by a treaty of non-interference. Freely have we traded with one another, and I wish but to continue in this tradition. We would provide your people with such supplies as you require, in return for which you would grant us leave to use the Tower of Babel, as well as share your Magitech resources and expertise. I feel like this is slightly skewed. I don't know, man. This doesn't feel totally fair. Because we're just kind of like, give us all your special stuff, and also let us use the tower, and we'll give you some food. How about that? As we become more reliant upon your technologies, we will of course require more ceruleum to fuel them. This you possess in abundance, and for you it will be duly compensated. Radzatan's culture will be enriched by your Magitech wonders, and our ever-increasing demand for your wares will see Garlemald grow wealthy and prosperous. Okay, I mean that's a fair point. He's planned it all out. Only when both sides keep the interests of the other in mind can an equitable relationship be forged. It's a principle I once thought I understood, but have come to appreciate all the more in recent days, thanks to the sage counsel of a friend from beyond the rift. Oh. Your Excellency, thank you for your careful consideration of Garlemald's future. Though I cannot speak for every Garlean, I myself see no reason to object your proposal. Indeed, if Radzatan were to take the initiative, other nations may follow suit and seek to normalize trade relations with us. If you see the sense in my proposal, then I ask you to join me in the negotiations at Tertium. Your support may be instrumental in winning over Lord Neas and Metius. By all means, go with them. I have matters here well in hand. I have learned all that I may regarding the tower's operation, so I too shall hie me to Tertium. Alright. A crowd you may have brought, but numbers will not intimidate us. The Tower of Babel is ours by right, and nothing you do will convince us otherwise. Rest assured, it is not our intent to infringe upon the rights of the people of Garlemald. Let us instead discuss the future. As the satrap of Radzatan, I wish to establish a new trade agreement between our nations. The aid we presently receive will not last forever, my lords. Sooner or later, we must stand on our own 2 feet. But to do so, we must secure a means to replenish our coffers, and the proposed agreement presents a rare opportunity. This guy's face, man. I can't. It's true, we do not want for Magitech and ceruleum, and foreign currency will be needed to procure such things as we lack. It would depend on the precise terms, but I can see the merits. What?
I can't believe what I'm hearing. You serve the Emperor. Were a proud patriot. Yet now you entertain selling national resources like a common merchant. Like you, I weep for what we have lost. But if we are to rebuild Garlemald, we must make use of what precious few assets remain to us. Nonsense, utter nonsense. You're a traitor, Aeneas, and there will be a reckoning. Oh yes. When the people of Senatus learn of this, they will cry out for your blood. What a bitch. Lord Metius, wait. It isn't safe out there. I'm just saying, I ain't rescuing this dude. I'm not going after him. I don't care what anybody insists on. Concern is writ plain on Ulysses' face. He's gonna want us to go. It's far too dangerous for a civilian to be outside alone. We must go after Lord Metius. Let us leave matters here in Maximus' care while the rest of us join in the search. Okay, this is how we convince him then, I guess. I mean, if it gets the job done, I'll do it. If Lord Metius is bound for Senatus, we may be able to catch up to him in Regio Urbanissima. I pray he has not come to any harm. Can I just say, Aeneas really turned into a believer. Look at Uri in his little coat.
Praise the sisters, you are safe.
Don't think I'm indebted to you.
Yeah.
I never asked for your help.
I knew he would be the type.
You love Garlemald dearly, Lord Metius. That much is plain. But you're not alone in that. We all mourn what has become of our homeland. Bristle at having to rely upon outsiders simply to survive the cold. Even now, I struggle with fear and uncertainty. Day after day, I ask myself, what is right? Where do we go from here? I've yet to find the answers. But I won't stop looking nonetheless, and I won't avert my gaze from our grim reality.
He always looks so angry.
Is there hope for us?
Aye, so long as we live. Garlemald lies in ruins, but the bonds between us will never be broken. We are the chain that connects generations past and future. You and I, it's links. Help us, Lord Metius, for all we have been and for what we may yet become. Please.
I'm sorry, it's just such an emotional scene, and in the Fall Guy shoes. It's like, God.
To be lectured by the younger, it ill becomes a man of my station.
The Zoomers,
I will join the talks at Tertium. Might I trouble you to escort me?
Shit. He's taking advice from Zoomers. What has he become?
Ere we part, I apologize for my discourtesy. I owe you my life, and I thank you.
Hoggies. He had to switch up.
Ulysses, wait.
No!
I'd like a word.
It's over. They're gonna kiss.
With you as well. I'm to stay close, after all.
Wait, is it? Is this where she picks?
Worry not, we shall see the magistrate safely back to Tertium.
Is this the moment? My heart is racing. God. Oh no. Have I impressed her enough? He had the bread and the curry.
What is it?
I have the shoes.
You bound that man with trust, didn't you? That's why he did not require coercion to return.
I don't know. You answer for yourself, buddy.
Shall we walk, perhaps? Chilly, standing around here.
Little bro is pressed. We got him.
So that's how Zero came to join you. Still, I'm not sure I'm qualified to explain something like trust.
True!
I wouldn't describe myself as a sociable person. Before all this, any free time I had, I spent looking after my brother and sister.
Didn't he literally betray our trust? And he tried to kill us? Am I remembering that right?
As for the magistrate, I only told him what's been on my mind of late. But I wouldn't have done so, I think, if it weren't for the twins' influence. Trust is infectious, in a manner of speaking. When someone believes in you, it makes you want to believe in them, in others, in yourself. Perhaps it's because the magistrate felt that earnestness that he gave us a chance. As I did, after I was caught trying to steal provisions from the enemy. Trust comes easy in such company.
Little wonder my world is devoid of it. No one trusts in you, and so you trust in no one. And round the wheel turns.
The cycle of distrust. Her earrings are sick, by the way. I just noticed.
During the Contra Memoria, we had already come to judge one another based on strength and usefulness. You either used or were used. Those who rejected this rule didn't survive. My mother wanted to save the world, to fulfill the hopes of Memoria's good and true. After she died, I carried on her mission alone.
Alone? Didn't you have anyone to help you?
Almost. 2 men tried just the once.
Is that the same 2 guys from before?
A swordsman and a mage, whom I met when passing through a village. They had saved the people there from corrupted Memoriats. When they learned our enemies were the same, they seemed heartened. They claimed to be soldiers of a kingdom called Baron, and were traveling the realm in search for means to end the Contra Memoria. They invited me to join them. I refused. How could I not, having learned the lessons of my world? Those who would work with others always have their own motives. I would not place myself at their mercy. I would not be forced to submit. I expected some manner of outburst, some show of frustration at having failed to deceive me. But they simply watched me walk away.
I feel like that's... This looks like Golbez, and this is probably one of the fiends. Right?
I didn't know what to make of it then, but now... Perhaps they shared a bond of trust. Perhaps they were the last ones left who dared.
Or perhaps her intuition was right.
Perhaps they hoped I was like them too. Perhaps it was just an offer, and nothing more. I continued fighting alone. But ultimately I was undone, overwhelmed by enemies that had banded together. I was cold, in pain, wishing desperately that someone would save me. And as I lay there in solitude, I felt it happen. The breaking of our world.
Dang, the cut.
Darkness washed over me, and I was swept into the rift. When I finally managed to return, it was to a world forever transformed. My home, now filled with abominations. I had a chance to learn about trust, and forsook it.
But then she got out, right? Somehow she found a way out.
I never had the power to save my home single-handed. I should have accepted their invitation.
She got this chance.
Had I joined them as I've joined you, I might not have had to face the end of the world alone. But it's all history now. No amount of reflection or regret will change our present reality.
Whatever may have happened in the past, you're still here, Zero. Alive. So long as you're alive, there will always be hope, no matter how bad things get. What you couldn't do yesterday, you might still do today.
True.
Think about it. It's plain that you've forged bonds with those around you. If you didn't feel that in some sense, would you have risked your life as you did for a meager ration of boots? I trust you too, for what it's worth.
He's slick with it. I mean, you gotta give it to him.
Here it is again.
He does have ulterior motives.
The fire that burned in my breast when you came to my rescue. The urge to weep, though there is no sorrow. If this is trust, then what must I do? How do I answer it?
With a handshake, perhaps? However you like. But with him, it should have been a handshake. Fuck!
Give me your hand. It's not something you do constantly, mind. A friend is a friend regardless.
Did he just friend zone her?
A friend. So that's what it means.
We struck
someone you trust.
Oh, friends. No. Even now, still can't get him out of my mind. Damn, okay, that was deep. Now we get the fully formed Zero. She's fixed. Meet her first friend. Do you think he's her first friend, or do you think I'm her first friend? Thank you. I feel at last as though I found the answers I sought, and I owe it all to you and Euless. Right then. I expect the others have already arrived back in Tertium. We should join them. Ooh, melon juice. I want money. Okay, convincing time. Everybody's here. Even the old lady. Wait, that's Xenos! Or was that Sephiroth? Full glad am I to see everyone returned, and none the worse for wear. Look, it is. Various representatives of the Garlean community are gathered here this very moment. I dare say this is a fine opportunity to announce the trade agreement. You've read the memorandum. I trust you find the terms acceptable? I do. And Neus, I pray you forgive my disgraceful conduct earlier. I am ashamed not only of my behavior, but of placing the burden of negotiation solely on your shoulders in my absence. You should know that when we brought up the subject of the tower's reactivation to the people at Tapper's Den, some reacted quite strongly. Once we explained that it would be to prevent another Voidsent invasion, however, they were more receptive. It's fair to say the recent episode is still fresh in their minds. I tagged along to deliver a supply of ceruleum. I have to say, I didn't expect to see such a large crowd. Even the stuffy Imperials who normally keep to themselves in Senatus are here. His hair is pretty cool. Ahem. My friends and countrymen, lend me your ears. Seam sweater. Sweater buddies. Look at this guy. He looks like John Garlean, doesn't he? He looks like just the NPC. I am pleased to inform you all in this joyous occasion that we, the people of Garlemald, have entered into a trade agreement with Radzat Han. To inaugurate our accord, we intend to grant the individuals before you access to the Tower of Babel. In return, Radzat Han will provide us with supplies, which shall be equally distributed amongst the settlements of our nation. They don't seem too impressed. Let me be clear on one point. This is not an act of charity, but trade. A bargain struck between equals, rooted in trust and respect. And it marks a significant step towards rebuilding our nation and regaining true independence. Radzat Han holds Garlean technology and ingenuity in the highest esteem. It is my hope that, through this agreement, our peoples will enjoy a mutually beneficial relationship for years to come. Now then, we bid you gather round to hear the particulars, that you might convey them to those elsewhere. It hasn't gone down well. So burdened by hardship and trauma were the people of Garlemald that they were unable to imagine a brighter future. To be recognized as equals, as a nation with something of value to offer others, that validation alone is enough to rekindle their hope. It is by virtue of this partnership that we may access the Tower of Babel. A rather timely development, given the ether tank's impending arrival. Once the tower's stores have been replenished, we need but await Y'shtola's signal to channel the energy to the moon, yes? Then you can leave that and everything else on this end to me and Alpha now. No need to worry, devote all your energies to the mission in the void. As ever, I am in your debt. dead. You are good friends. Nice line, Zero. Nice.
Let us take a moment to review matters as they stand. Having procured sufficient stores of ether, we may now channel the requisite energy unto the moon via the Tower of Babel. Our work on the star is complete. However, we have yet to receive word from Y'shtola as to the state of the lunar preparations.
A ritual to open the gate, and measures to forestall a void-sent invasion.
She just fell asleep, wine-drunk aunt again, in the library.
Neither task is simple nor quickly completed. She would doubtless benefit from our assistance.
The very thing I was about to propose. Let us join her above and lend what aid we may.
Alright, we're going to the moon. It's been a minute.
Ere we set forth, however, Y'shtola did bid me relay a message to thee. As thou art well aware, a key objective of our mission is the extraction of thy sister Azhdaya from the Void. Held captive for millennia and divested of an eye, she is like to be severely weakened. To make good her escape, she shall require aid. Aid that is best provided by a fellow Great Worm.
For bringing the dragon to the moon?
In my true form. Very well.
Ooh.
Like our sire, we great worms are capable of traversing the great expanse.
But
the journey will take some time, but I shall take myself to the moon.
Wait, he's gonna fly from... I thought we were gonna TP him. I guess. I mean, if he's done it before. Just don't fly on the moon, because he'll, like, fly away.
To begin with,
gravity.
I shall return this vessel to Radzadhan, that I may have both my eyes. And until such time as we find Azhdaya, I would entrust her eye to your keeping.
Just take this out of my pocket here. It's foldable, guys. It's like a Samsung.
Will you do this for me?
Did you hear that? The little...
We shall contact you via Link Pearl once all is in place on the moon. You need but follow Y'shtola's instructions.
Understood. We'll be ready.
Take care, Zero.
See ya.
It will be the briefest of homecomings. I'll be back before you know it.
She's gonna die. Why'd she have to say that?
In Mare Elementorum, then. Go well.
Okay.